Hi there, this is Kevin from GatheringMagic.com here with match number 1 with Playing on a Budget Modern. This week it is Living End, the budget version. Alright, this is actually a keepable hand as we do have the Monstrous Carabid that can cycle and the Architect of Will. We also have the way to get our Living End with Violent Outburst, so I'm not going to mull this. I'm also on the draw here, so wow, Gemstone Mine, that is very interesting. I have not a clue what we're going up against. So there's land number 2. I think we will just wait at the end of his turn, not give me any information, to cycle either this Architect or Monstrous Carabid. And does he completely miss his land drop here? This is very interesting. So just a Gemstone Mine, and I get to cycle through here. Another Swamp. That's not what I wanted to see, but I can actually cast this Fulminator Mage next turn. And there's our red source, which is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and cycle this right now to see if we... Oh, there's Living End. Didn't want to see that. Wish there's a way in this deck that you could shuffle back in cards from your hand in your library, but it just definitely wouldn't work out in this type of deck. So we'll play the Mountain and pass it to him. And the next turn we have the the Fulminator Mage to kill that Gemstone Mine and pretty much seal this deal. I don't know why he just kept a 1-land hand, and it is definitely he's going to be punished for it. Especially if he cannot cast anything and has to discard here. So what are we playing against? We're playing against we're probably playing against Goryo's Vengeance is what the deck is, which fortunately for us we actually have a pretty good decent match because we have the 4 fairies in our sideboard. So I am going to go ahead and pretty much seal the deal here by Fulminator Maging the Gemstone Mine. And this is a card that I'm hoping they reprint Fulminator Mage in M14. I think that it'd be perfect right now in the format where, in Standard, where everything is being, everything is a non-basic land and kind of punish those 3 and 4 colored decks. So a lot of people have had some suggestions for some sort of land destruction besides Ghost Quarter that will help Standard out, and I really think the Fulminator Mage is the perfect balance card. I don't think that something like I've heard of others talk about the burn spell that he's actually in a Goryo's Vengeance here, but okay, well we can just, this does suck for us really bad, and then it gets exiled at the beginning of the next step. So he's gonna be able to draw a ton of cards here, but he's gonna end up discarding a bunch of them. And his Griselbrand does get exiled. So he's kind of a pain in the butt deck, as you can see. And now, Fury, that you may exile 2, untap all creatures, they get attack again. Alright. This is the Goryo Vengeance deck, everyone. It's a pretty fun deck. And he actually was okay keeping that 1-land hand, as he was able to basically get his combo off, and he's just going to try to find another Fury of the Horde and just win here. Alright, Soul Spike, let's see if he's got it. He's going to draw until he does, probably here. Yep, and he does have it. So we lose on turn, what was this, turn 3 we lose to, or was this turn 4? We lose, and I guess, as you can see, this can possibly be a turn like 2 kill if first turn Faithless Looting into a second turn Griselbrand, Goryo's Vengeance. So, yeah, turn 4 we die to this. Alright, we'll go on to the sideboard, and we do have a lot of hate with the fairies against this deck. I don't believe the Shriekmaws come in. I don't believe the Beast Withins come in. In fact, I don't really think we need any Beast Withins. We're just going to try to cycle as quickly as possible to find our combo and submit it like this. So we'd like to play first. No fairy. This is kind of a bad hand. I don't see us keeping it, but it does have action, but with no way to really interact, and we can cycle. I'm not going to mull this. I don't like this Living End. I don't like the double. Well, I don't actually like this at all. I am going to... Ugh. But we do have the mount. No, I'm not going to mull it. Chancellor of the Tangle. Okay, we could be dead possibly first turn here if he's got a Simic Spirit Guide. So, interesting deck. This Goryo's Vengeance deck is getting a lot more popular, but it does just cave immediately. I mean, it's kind of like this deck that I'm playing right here. It has a hard time coming back from any sort of graveyard hate. So, unfortunately, we have to cycle this here and hope for a fairy. And that is a Fulminator Mage. That's not going to do it. So he's going to start off with a green mana And the thing about this deck is, though, you can have so many just dead cards in your hand, as you can see. You can get clumped up with a bunch of those. Exile, get another attack phase after this. I mean, he just kind of had the perfect opening with the Gristlebrand. So Inquisitive Kozilek, which is great because we actually do have backups here. I think he's going to actually end up taking this Fulminator Mage. So the Chancellor most likely is just going to be a dead card in his hand. I can see him taking a Living End or Violent. No, I can't see him taking. Yeah, basically it's going to be the Fulminator Mage. This is a bad option, this is a bad option, and that's his only other option. So anyway, back to what I was talking about with Standard. I think the best, people have been talking about reprinting the, can't remember what the card is. It's clear back in the day that deals 2 damage per non-basic land. And I think that'd be, give Red Deck wins just way too much advantage in Standard. So I think the Fulminator Mage is the right reprint for M14. And hopefully Wizards gets the memo. Alright, there we go. We draw into a forest, which is great. So now we can actually play the forest. And I'm going to actually go ahead and mountain cycle here. Or forest cycle. What would we want? Yeah, we're going to mountain cycle and get the Blood Crypt. Oh yeah, our Stomping Ground is here anyway, so definitely. Mountain cycle, find the Blood Crypt. And we're good to go. And I definitely will cast the Violent Outburst next turn. And hopefully lock him out of another land here. And I do believe, oops, well I guess we didn't need to actually tap. I do believe the right thing here is to Violent Outburst. And definitely tap my lands right. And I will end up killing this Gemstone Mine right off the bat. And he's on a two-turn clock here as well. So let's see if he did get one of those really, really clunky hands. Yeah, he can't Goryo's Vengeance. He can't... Well, I guess he could. I guess he could discard a Simian Spirit Guide to cast a Faithless Looting, to discard a Gristlebrand, to then combo off. But it does not appear to be the case here. So we will go ahead and... Yeah, we'll go ahead and attack in. And again, I will go ahead and lock him out. And that should be game, barring any sort of crazy draw in his hand. Yep, turn 4, we do win this one. Go on to sideboard again. I don't think I really want to change anything. Maybe Beast Withins are a bit more powerful than like Jungle Weaver. I think I am going to put in the Beast Withins. And submit it like this. Take out some Rannets. I think that's how you say this. Or Rannet? Valley Rannet? Alright, this is definitely a keepable hand. It's actually a very, very, very good hand. Again, I don't like the double here, but it does allow us... I mean, we do need to draw into a green eventually, but we can cycle, no problem. So no, we will not mulligan this. And it doesn't appear he's got a Chancellor in his hand, so that's good. And are you serious? He doesn't even have a land? What did he keep this for? And we got the Faeri now. I mean, this is basically going to be game. So I might as well just cycle this right now. And we'll cycle this Street Wraith as well. Give us some more information. There's an Architect. Yep, this is pretty much game of when we draw into our third land. Why would you keep a no-land hand? So he's going to discard his Gristlebrand here. Yeah, I'm just going to exile it with my Faeri because I can do this at any time. So again, well, I have my third land here, so I don't even know what I was talking about. Yeah, we'll cycle this. And cycle this. And cycle the Street Wraith. And yeah, that's gonna be game here because I think he's gonna try to combo off here because he is going to have a Simian Spirit Guide in his hand. So yep, and now he's gonna cry because we get rid of his Gristlebrand. So I could see him scooping here. especially as he cannot, have another land in his hand and play it in response and do this all over again. But next turn I'm definitely going to Violent Outburst here, and I'll have a ton of cards. So I really can't see him coming back from this. Again, he could Gristlebrand combo off. But I am definitely going to look at his deck and put them back in any order and lock him out here. So I'm hoping to see like a Chancellor. So target creature becomes red in a turn, draw a card. Alright, we'll put the Crimson Wisp on top. Yep. I think that is the better play. Okay, so he exiles 2 Inquisitions. He's down to 2 cards in hand. I know what he's drawing here. Yep, turn 4. So there's my pack for winning. Very fun matchup, I guess. You got to see another cool deck, that Goryo's Vengeance deck. When it works, as you saw in that first game, but it can get some very, very clunky hands, and like I said, any sort of graveyard hate is just horribly bad for them. Anyway, this has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching.